Do you ever feel like Twitter has a content moderation problem? I feel like that sometimes. And it's not just Twitter. It's Facebook and all the other technology companies that don't want to be responsible for the content on their platforms. This is why I find it darkly hilarious to hear these companies talk about the challenges of content moderation. These executives get up and they say stuff like, once we're taking this content down, the question is, where do you draw the line? There's a lot we need to address globally. We have to prioritize our resources according to impact. We want the progress that comes from free expression, but not the tension. Right? It's just like a very sad play constantly when you hear these people talk about content moderation. Now, to be fair, content moderation does pose some difficult ethical challenges, okay? But so does the collection of user data for targeted advertising. And here's how companies have responded to those ethical dilemmas. Take all the user data, follow the user everywhere. Oh my God, what just happened there? Jump out of a building, go get that data, feed it to machine learning that is made of machine learning. We shall be guided by no ethical framework besides the ancient wisdom of the Snake King. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good. So what have we seen? It's almost as if ethical considerations become less important when considering them would hurt revenue. Now listen, I get it. Capitalism has some nice aspects. Markets are nice. These statements are mostly true. And yet, I think that we can do better. We must do better. A big problem, I think, is that many software developers suffer from a lack of moral imagination, an inability to understand the hopes and the fears of people who aren't in the tech industry. So hate speech seems less problematic to developers because I think the groups that suffer from hate speech are typically underrepresented in the tech industry. So it's easy for developers to say things like, oh, well, hate speech is a minor problem, because that danger seems so remote and so abstract. However, I guarantee you that if on Monday, a new hate group called Deaf to Full Stack Developers released a grainy video that depicted corporate shuttles being set on fire and free food cafeterias being smashed to pieces, if all this happened on a Monday, then tech companies would embrace content moderation on a Tuesday, okay? Not the following Tuesday, the very next day, that Tuesday, right? Because then the hate speech would seem real. These savage revolutionaries, they're disparaging the avocado water. This hate speech must stop.